history courses, I've taken English courses, I've taken teaching courses. These classrooms are used for a lot of different departments here on campus. So, due to its broadness of the courses that are offered here, you can see a lot of our clubs like to advertise down this hallway. So, no matter what you are looking to get involved with here on campus, it's a good place to look and see what we have here. There are other places that our clubs do advertise and do have the facilities to find them, but this is just a really great place to find them because you're here for class, and if you look down the hallway, it's pretty easy to just look, oh, we have our homecoming kickoff coming up, and you can see how to get involved in what's coming up. So if you are taking a peek in some of these classrooms, you can see there are quite a few desks in some of these, but our average class size is pretty low in comparison. So these classrooms, especially on this side, but our average class size, especially in this hallway, is right around 20 students. So we do have that easy access to your professor, so you're not going to be worried about being in a sea of students and your professor's never going to see you. It's not like that here very much. I have never actually been in a class here in my going on 4 years that my professor has not known me by my first name at the end of the first week. So it is pretty easy to work with your professors. We do only have 2 lecture halls on this campus, so they are endowed. Right here, smaller of the 2. So this one can hold a max of 80 students, so it is a little larger. Our other one is over twice as large, can house 170 students. That being said, the largest class I've ever actually seen in there wasn't even mine. Had 120 students in it. So it's not going to be very common. You have these huge classes, and those classes that do have those big lectures will generally have a smaller discussion session to break down. So that lecture hall I was talking about is this one right here, which is the Lundy Lecture Hall. So if you guys want to take a peek in there, you can look through the window, which I imagine is unlocked, and see the different desks that we have for there. So, like I said, it does have a maximum capacity of 170, but we never really reach capacity with lectures or classes. We may reach them with movie nights and stuff we hold in there with different clubs and organizations, but for just classes, it is very rare that we'll get 120, like I said. The other thing located in this building in particular is our School of Education. So if you guys are looking to become future teachers and stuff like that, our education department is located here at the main office here, and we also do have mock classrooms and such in the back of this building. How are we doing so far? Anything you guys want me to touch more on? Cool. Also located within Warner are 2 different offices for our students here. So that is our Doyle Center for Women, Gender, Sexuality, and our Office of Multicultural Affairs. So if you are a student who feels that they need an area to feel welcome, they are areas that are welcoming to all students. You don't have to be a member of a different cultural background or have different diversity effects. If you are a white guy, I'm sorry.
We're black. It's okay. It's okay.
Everybody's welcome in all of those areas, no matter your background or appearance.
Too
Nobody's judging
embarrassed to
anybody
say
there.
it.
So we have those two areas within there, but our most heavily utilized areas within Warner are going to be our international education programs. So if you are looking to study abroad, which I highly recommend, we have tons of different opportunities to travel to Europe, travel to Australia, I've seen some, travel to Canada. If you're looking to study abroad, we have over 70 trips per year. But if we don't have one that suits you, we have worked with other universities in the past. My roommate last year traveled with UWO Player to Germany. We didn't have our trip going that year. That being said, it's that for every single major. So if you're looking to travel somewhere for ag or somewhere for education, we can send you wherever you need to go. So even if we don't have that trip, we can make it work. So the next building is kind of behind us over here, which is Brigham Hall. That is our campus police station here on campus. So that's not going to be like our criminal justice students getting some field experience on campus. Those are actual officers trained in the state of Wisconsin that are as experienced as other officers like those for the city of Platteville. So they're not going to be rolling up to you, hi, this is my first time. No, it's not going to happen. They're actual uniformed officers. They have the same training, they have field experience. And that is so that we can provide the safest campus possible to our students. So should we run into any emergency or have the need for police presence, they are right here for our safety. So if we want to pull to this side of the sidewalks, as always, you can get past us.
Even though it is a first come first served basis, that does not mean that you won't get a parking pass right away. I personally don't know of anyone who has not gotten a parking pass immediately and then didn't get one. So for the most part, everyone's going to get one.
Police department. So all of our students can get a parking pass here on campus regardless of academic progress. So our freshmen are allowed to bring cars to campus like any other student. We don't ask that you call your mom for you because you want to go home and you're tired and she has to come and get you. If you have a car, you can park here on campus. Our parking passes are, like Zoe said, if you heard her, on a first come first served basis, but I haven't heard of us running out in recent past, so you should be able to get one. That generally runs around $250 for an academic year, and our parking is pretty reasonable in my mind. There's at least a parking lot that's going to be close to, if not right next to each residence hall, and all of our students are also going to park in every single lot less parked otherwise. So it's pretty good parking here on campus. I've not had very many issues with it. So our last building I will talk about is, well, kind of tucked in between the trees all the way down there. I can barely see it. So that'll be Royce Hall. Royce Hall is our where our office of resident life is going to be located. So if you are wanting to talk to them about different opportunities within residence life, you want to move to a different residence hall for any reason, or you want to see what different halls provide, that is a great place to start. It's kind of their department. Also located within Royce is going to be your student health services. So if for any reason here on campus you need more, you need some health advice, you need someone to take care of you, you trip down a hill, rolled your ankle, and you need somebody to patch it up for you, I don't know that one. That's a great place to start. Provide low-cost care, and it is fully licensed nurses. They are actually from Southwest Health on a rotation, so they are actually practicing nurses that have the field experience going on at the same time. The example I like to use is actually one of my own from last year. So I tripped down a set of stairs last year and cut my hand open, and when I was like texting my mom that night, I was like, hey, I cut my hand open, it's kind of bleeding. She's like, go get it fixed. Your tetanus shot wore off last year. So I went and got my tetanus shot in there, and it was $6. So tetanus shots generally don't run that cheap if you don't have insurance. So that's by my understanding. So that was pretty nice. I didn't have to pay very much for that. And they also did patch up my hand as well, so I wasn't bleeding anymore. Okay, so we're gonna turn around this way and head into Naval. Tanner's group here. We can walk on the grass, I guess. covers it. My health insurance doesn't even cover Southwest Health. I don't even know. I never know what my health insurance covers. We're all college students. We have different experiences with the healthcare system. Most of us are stupid. We've all done weird things. So the next building we'll be going into is this is Babel Hall. This is our sort of our life science building here on campus. So this is where all of our different ecology classes, our different geology, everything like that to be located. But before I go in that, I will point out the building next door, which you may be able to see is connected with a sky bridge. That is Gardner Hall, and that will be all professors' offices located in there. So that is where all of your professors you may need to find. And then life sciences, business sciences, math departments are all going to be located right in there. So this is one of our most recently renovated buildings here on campus, just finished renovations in late 2021. And as such, this was part of the movement that moved our professors out of this building and into the building next door. So this building is completely dedicated to our students. There's lab spaces, study spaces, and there's common areas for our students to just relax. But there's no like professors' offices or facilities. They're going to be located through those double doors and into the next building. But going on with lab spaces, you can see along the whole outside, we have different chem labs, biology labs for our students to use. And in the center, we do have one of the larger computer labs here on campus. You may have seen as we walk past it. In our recent renovation, we did add 2 more labs into this corner up here. So we did add our anatomy lab and also our cadaver lab. So our students going into the field to have that hands-on experience before they are, before they graduate, before they go into the field. So they're not surprised by anything they may see, so they actually know, get that more hands-on. And part of that is tied into what we do in this building, which is a lot of undergraduate research. So we allow our students to work with the content in any way that they see fit. So this is student-led research. You can see some of our projects up on the wall that our students have partaken in, have led themselves through. And so that's not just student-led, but it's also like professor helped. So our professors are helping our students through that process, but letting our students take that lead. So I did mention that we have added some study spaces. This is the largest one here, largest study room here on this building. So we have a number of these study rooms upstairs, downstairs, and the largest one here. Now it's more of a meeting space, but you can check those out online, reserve them. You can reserve them in person when you get here, so our students can kind of have a study space for them already reserved, so they don't have to worry about trying to find a space in a building that may be busy or some sort. You can check it out online. It's already reserved for you. So that includes this one up here, and there's smaller spaces on the other floors. And these are regularly soundproof rooms. So if there's some sort of group that's playing sports in the hallways or something like that, they're not going to bother me too much because these are really soundproof rooms. Okay, so you're going down these stairs. Okay, so we stay on the right side of the stairs so we can pass by. Yes. All right.
I have never, well, I think it's just another extra app. Yeah.
What are you, janitor?
So what you guys are looking at right now is Animal House. This is an employment opportunity for students here on campus. So especially those within animal sciences or vet sciences, they can get hands-on with different animals that they may be working with later on. So you did see a bearded dragon. There is a ball python in there, and he is named Monty, so it is Monty Python.
Where is he? Where's the python?
So these are an opportunity for students to get hands-on in a working environment with different animals you may encounter later. It is also
I see him.
so that is also a way for our students to get practice talking to students. So these students do bring those animals to different high schools, middle schools, sometimes in other classes here on campus. So they are furthering the education of different schools, different students in the area around. In addition to this area, we do also have a 400-acre off-campus farm. So that includes, like, we have dairy cattle out there. We have a full 250-acre ag power tractor. It's not very old. Doesn't take very long to put that much on. So we have our students on very new equipment. So they're learning on that brand new equipment. So when they're out there, they're not shocked after running on a 1940 Farmall A like I was. But also out there will be our fish house. So that's Forensic Investigation Crime Scene House. So that allows our students with the criminal justice and forensic investigation to get hands-on with their different style of learning, hands-on before they're in the field, so they're not caught off guard by a crime scene. So we can make mock crime scenes for our students. They can solve mystery and stuff here on campus in a controlled manner. And we have that for pretty much every single major here, allowing our students to get hands-on with the content before we push them out into the world. So we will be heading out these main doors behind me.
Biology and health for PT. Well, go ahead.
So the next one we'll be going into is our marching minor school. So behind me, before we go into that, I'm going to point out Hopkinsman Hall, located behind you guys. That is our former home of engineering before we had our new engineering buildings. That is currently where our chemistry department is located, and a lot of general use classes are humanities here. And all of our lower level math courses, everything differential equations, and generally offered, if not still. So most of our students will end up taking a course or two in office at some point. But if we don't, it is also a great place to play things in it. Has a lot of results. But the students that those are the students pretty much use every single day here on campus is our key science students. Yes.
Thank you. I don't have no sanitizer. Oh, the allergies kicking her butt.
So the first thing you see when you walk into this building is going to be one of a few things. This is our bookstore first, which pretty much sells everything but books. So if you need a nice hat to wear sometime, you need a jacket.
He said it sell everything except for books, but it's a bookstore. Huh?
Across the hallway is our alumni lounge, or our largest dedicated lounge space here on campus. So we have different tables, chairs, couches, pretty much everything. So you sit down, relax, on the right center campus. On this side of the hall, we have our ride sharing transportation boards. So this is an environment for our students to see what's out there, to get around town, get around the area. So we have our information for the busing system here in town. So there is a busing system that goes in and around campus and around town. That's free for all our students. That shows the student ID and get a bus wherever they need to in town for free. And also our ride share board, which is a opportunity for our students to carpool with one another wherever they need to go. So they kind of put the information, get their need to go somewhere, and then they can communicate with each other so they can carpool. Last time I did the going rate was like a slice of pizza and fries, so it was pretty good. And 2 hours. Pretty good. And the other thing across the hallway here is our Pioneer Perk, which is our first coffee shop on campus offering Starbucks
Three. Well, that's the optional one if you want to do outdoors and
Coffee right there.
I guess whatever this is. He's supposed to do lunch.
So as we pull into the rotunda area, you'll see parking information center off to one side. This is here on campus. Students know pretty much everything about campus. They know where our teachers are located at. They know how to find that information. So if you are in need of any information about campus at all, they're a great place to start. They can probably take my job if they wanted it. I seem to be safe though, so we're good there. That is also where a law firm town is located at, so you have to lose something on campus. That's a great place to start. For you. And any software you may need for any class here on campus, whether that's a CAD program, whether it's some accounting program or something like that, it's already downloaded on the personal computer, so you don't have to worry about downloading it on your personal one. You don't have time to do that once you do that. That is also a great place to print documents here on campus. So our students do have $3 for printing a lot here on campus per academic year. It doesn't sound like a lot, but $3 is a lot for paper. We think it does. Most I've written now is 70 cents. I was bringing for student teaching classes, so it goes pretty far. So they are also spread around campus, and each of them are active B buildings, so you can just go and talk to the main office of each building and you know, operate fleet. We'll be getting down in these areas here.
Hold on, because the dad pays and he gonna want to see this.
Awesome. I thought you were recording.
Yeah, because he's gonna be like, well, what?
Okay. Technology. So downstairs in our marquee student center, most people will shorten that to marquee. It's a little easier for our students to stay. But we do have a number of different involvement for our students. So the biggest one is down this hallway here. There's double doors. You will see some paper that says PIC. That is our involvement center. So if our students are looking to get involved in clubs, organizations here on campus, that is where they are registered.